King Solomon tells us wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom. As we seek this wisdom, let us turn to the Church Fathers and say, Abba, give me a word that I may live. In the Gospel of the first Sunday of the Holy Great Fast, we hear the Lord Jesus Christ say to us, "Do not lay up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy, and where thieves break in and steal, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven." There's a story shared by an Eastern saint about a certain country that had a strange tradition in which they'd select a king and have him reign for a period of a year. And at the end of that 1 year reign, he would be captured and sent into exile in a far island, and he was humiliated and mocked, leaving the throne for another man to reign after him. And year after year, a new king would reign and enjoy the pleasures of the kingdom for a period of a year, but towards the end of his reign, he'd be dreading it because he knew he'd be mocked and sent into exile. And then 1 year, a wise new king was set on the throne. Soon after he ruled, he began to put all his energy and interest in transferring many goods of his country to that island he would soon be exiled to. He built palaces, planted gardens, and decorated the streets, so that when his period of reign approached its end, he was found eager to leave the throne and go to this wonderful paradise awaiting him. This story illustrates this idea of not laying up treasures here on earth, but storing up treasures in heaven. This wise king was building his palace and gardens and so on, laying up the treasures that he wished to find in the island that he would be exiled to. We too are here on earth for a temporary period of time, but we look forward to moving on to the kingdom of heaven, where we lay up our treasures as the Lord tells us to. One way to lay up treasures in heaven is given to us by St. John Chrysostom, who tells us to do so by giving alms. He says, "Do you have 1 coin? Buy the sky, not because the sky is cheap, but because the Lord is a lover of mankind. You do not even have 1 coin? Give a glass of refreshing water. The one who offers 1 glass of refreshing water to one of the least of these for my sake will not lose his reward." Heaven is a business and an enterprise, and we are negligent. Give bread and seize paradise. Give small things and grasp great ones. Give mortal things and take firm hold of immortal ones. Give corruptible things and capture incorruptible ones. St. John Chrysostom is reminding us that for corruptible things, for things that are simple, by giving a coin, by giving water, by helping somebody, we gain immortal things. We gain treasure in heaven. St. Gregory of Nyssa also reminds us to help the poor, saying that they are our gateway to the kingdom. He says these poor are the ones who store away the good things that we look upon. They are the gatekeepers of the kingdom. They open the gates before the merciful and shut them in the face of the cruel ones who do not do good. As we fast, let us remember to be wise as this king in the story, laying up treasures in heaven by giving alms to the poor, as St. John Chrysostom reminds us, thus following the command of the Lord of not laying up treasure here on earth, but rather up in heaven, where neither moth nor rust destroys, and where thieves do not break in and steal.